What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So it is another beautiful Sunday day of rest where nothing eventful is happening anywhere, right? Nope, that's not right. Empires and Puzzles every single Sunday now, it seems, are releasing a brand new hero. And today is no different. We have the Covenant summon that has dropped in today. And this lovely looking foxy ghost of a hero called Sable has just dropped into the Covenant summon. So, of course, we're going to do what we always do, and we're going to have a closer look at this hero. But just before we do, I don't know if any of you have looked at any posts on my channel, but I am going to be doing, well, something that I've been asked to do for quite a while now, and that is a video where I'm going to kind of open it up to you guys as the viewership of the channel. I want to hear what you guys want to see and what you guys want answers to. So any little niggly questions that you might have, I'm going to do maybe it's going to be a series. I don't know. Maybe it's just going to be a single video, but an Ask Me Anything type video. Where you can ask me any burning questions that you have, and I will do my best to come up with some responses. So we will put the deadline as a week from today for everybody to have their questions in, and then I'll put together a video with some of the best questions. So hopefully that's going to be an exciting thing. I'll try and do it live and in person. We'll see how it actually goes. Maybe I can get in touch with a couple of you guys as well. But I really appreciate it if you do go on either to the post that I've got on my channel and just comment what your question is that you'd like to ask me below. Or you can go and visit my line directly. You can message me directly online. My line ID is very uncreative. It's just McNulty. So that's all it is. So you can message me online if you've got a burning question that you want the answer to. So that is everything I wanted to say about that. Now let us get back onto this hero in the Covenant portal. And is she good? I mean, I've had a read over her card already. Obviously, it's the end of the day, and this is the first time I've had a chance to do this. So we need to answer this question. Some mixed feedback, mixed feelings, but let's jump right into the portal so we can have a closer look at her. Now, first of all, the art is freaking incredible. Sorry, Rosalind, not for you. Sable looks awesome. I really, really do like the card. I think that this is an interesting take. And I do like it. In fact, most of the Fox family heroes, Silverporo I was quite impressed with. Shadowfang also pretty cool with the bone collector theme, and the other Foxes I do like. So that is one, solid point in her favor. She is an ice hero, which kind of suits her color, and she is of the cleric class as well. So that means she gets that mana shield so that she can resist negative mana effects and effects that prevent the use of special skills. And also she is part of the Fox family. So the Fox family, they get a really decent bonus, but there's a problem with this bonus. So I'll get to it in a second. So they get a really decent family bonus where they get a little Fox minion, and it's got 2% health, and it gives 80% chance to dodge incoming attacks. When it dodges, it then steals the latest dispellable buff from the attacker and gives it to its owner. Okay, so they get a little minion. The only problem with this little minion is that, yeah, it dodges all left, right, and center, but it doesn't really do anything else. So as far as the family bonus is concerned, they can't really harm you except for stealing buffs. So you got to be a little bit careful in terms of buff-heavy teams against these characters. But other than that, it's not quite as strong as it initially seemed, to be fair. And I've had it where you don't really worry too much about the family bonus. You just know that you're going to take that minion down eventually because it's only got 2% health. So I'm not saying change the whole thing completely. I'm just saying it's not as good as I thought it was. So let's move on to what is, and that is the passive. So this is solid. Decreased healing. All enemies get negative 50% healing. It's a very, very strong passive. Reducing any team's healing by 50% is going to be crippling for most people. Popping these heroes on defense is really going to make it much more difficult to get out of a sticky situation. So that in and of itself is a really, really good and solid passive. She also benefits from this Ailment Reflect. This Ailment Reflect ether talent is stupid good. At the start of each battle, she reflects any cleansable status elements to a random character on the opposing team for 6 turns. It's like 100% reflect, having like a a glass costume right off the bat. So that is a very, very strong ether talent. So if anything, I can give her the benefit of the doubt for the way she looks. The cleric class, and also the element reflect, and then that healing reduction passive. So good so far in terms of those things. As far as stats are concerned, 1158 team power, so 1225 attack, 1262 defense, and nearly 1800 health. Just really good stats. I'm saying that a lot recently, but to be honest with this hero, it's totally true. Now let's have a look at her special, and this is where things get weird. So the special is called I'll Bring You Back, and it's running at very fast speed. I love the name of the special, by the way. So she casts full removal on the caster. What the heck is full removal? It says it right here. So full removal removes all status effects, stacks, and growth and wither effects, removes even status effects and stacks that are otherwise undispellable or uncleansable. Now that in and of itself is a really cool effect. But let's read the next line. The caster shifts into ghost form for 3 turns. Right, so the problem now is this full removal thing is unnecessary, because when Lepiota switches into ghost form, when she ghosts somebody, she does that full removal anyway. Or when you do ghost yourself, if you've got Amiona, and I don't know, actually I haven't even checked it whether they've changed her card, but that's just kind of what they call I think it's like a redundant statement, because full removal and shifting into ghost form are basically the same thing. So she moves all wither growth effects. That all sounds really, really good, but then she's actually just shifting into ghost form. So she's not really doing what she's saying she's doing. I hope that makes sense. I mean, if it just think about it this way. If it said full removal of casts full removal on the caster and nearby allies, that would mean that she then removes all growth and wither effects from herself and cleanses all status effects, stacks, and those growth and wither effects from the nearby allies as well. Now that would be a good special right away. But the fact that she shifts into ghost form then kind of negates everything she's doing. So I hope that makes sense. Let's move on. Let's see what else happens. When the ghost form expires, so after 3 turns, the caster revives 1 random defeated ally with 40% HP. All allies gain 900 health over 3 turns. Now she cleanses status elements from all allies at the end of each turn for 3 turns. So let's have a look here. While in ghost form, character can't gain mana, can't be healed by special skills, but is immune to normal attacks, special skill attacks, damage dealing passives, status effects, and stacks, and immune to new wither and growth effects. So we already knew that. They changed that ages ago. But now there's things that I do like. So number 1, you've got a guaranteed revive. So she is going into ghost form when she casts her special, which means that at the end of those 3 turns, she's guaranteed to bring somebody back, because while she's in ghost form, you can't do any damage to her. So that's pretty cool. And she brings an ally back with 40% HP. So that's a decent amount of HP. It's probably enough to kind of get things going again. But the biggest problem, and hear me out here, the biggest problem with this hero is that she's running at very fast speed. So you can get her to fire off. If you're going up against her on attack, you can get her to fire off pretty quickly if she's on a defensive team. But then there's another 3-turn block where she's now creating a ghosting lane on the opposition team, which then allows you to charge your heroes faster without having to worry about anything, which then allows you to wipe out the whole entire team, sound in the knowledge that she's going to bring one of them back after 3 turns, which you can just then, have enough mana to repeat the whole process all over again. So if anything, I think this special is kind of counterintuitive. I think it'd be fun to play with on offense, but I don't think this is going to be a good defensive hero, just because she's opening your team up to all kinds of pain. Creating that ghosting lane is not a good idea. And even, unless if she was the last one standing and she just, she's really annoying to deal with, this could be the new version of what Tyr was back in the day. Like when Tyr came out, nobody could kill him. I remember Empires and Puzzles books, doing a review where he'd used him and he survived for 1,000 years. I can't remember what it was, but I remember thinking that's totally impossible. But that's what Tyr was like when he came out. So Sable could just be that kind of a hero. She's super selfish, even though she is reviving people on the team, even though she's granting a heal to everybody after she comes back. She's taken her time about it. I mean, just put her in ghost form for a single turn, and then let her come out of ghost form and let her do a thing with the revival, or even just skip it altogether. Just take the growth and wither effects away from herself and the nearby, like I said, and then cleanse and heal, everybody else, like if that's what you need to do. But putting her into ghost form actually makes this character worse. And those are my thoughts. So I don't think she's a great character. I do think that obviously if I pulled her, I would level her because I love her. I think she's going to be fun to play with on offense. But if you're going for high scores, if you're going for being competitive in wars, and if you're going for strong defensive heroes, then unfortunately Sable is just not going to be your cup of tea. And I think that that's my honest opinion. But that said, obviously I always love to hear what you guys have to say about these heroes. So I'm interested to hear where you think she'd be useful. So this is not a case of like, I just think she might be a good hero. But if you give me her, if you think that, then please do give me a reason, because I just don't completely see it at the moment. So I do want to hear you guys' thoughts. Don't get me wrong. And then also there are some pretty awesome heroes featured in here. So it's a good portal to summon in. That being said, I love this guy, Silverpaw. Shadowfang's also really good. So the other foxes in here are really good. This dude is very easy to underestimate, and he's featured alongside his counterpart, Moncharmin. And then, of course, probably one of the most sought after healers in the entire game right now. She's just incredible. Rosalind is in the portal as well. So yeah, it's a really good portal to summon in. That being said, if I had to choose, I'd say that probably Sable would be my least favorite of these heroes. So, like I said, that's everything I got to say for today. Do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget about that Ask Me Anything as well. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys want me to talk about, or, research about, make a video about. Let me know. And I will certainly do my best to sift through all of that and make sure that we get some decent answers out to you guys, because that's what it's all about, really. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with your mother, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.